Good morning, friends. I hope you are well. It has been a beautiful week outside. The weather has been changing from summer to fall, but I hope that you are encouraged by the change of seasons and looking forward to what is coming, not just in terms of our weather, but in terms of our own ability to live together again in community. Last night, I had the privilege of being a part of a small prayer service at the Shaler Area Middle School. It is an event that the student organization called LAMP sponsors every year. It coincides with a See You at the Pole prayer meeting around the country, praying for schools and praying for administrators and teachers and students and families. And it was encouraging to be able to lift up our students and our teachers and all of those who are involved in education. At least here in the Shaler schools, in the beginning of October, they are going to transition. The plan is right now to transition from being totally online to a hybrid model of education. And so there is a little bit of angst and stress about that change of methodology. Not just for the teachers and for the schools, but also for parents and children and students at home. So I invite you to continue to pray for those folks who are involved in education. This is quite a tumultuous time for them. It's an opportunity to be creative and adaptive, but also very stressful in keeping track of and caring for those who might be on the edges. Just like the public education is going on in different ways, our own ministry of the preschool is also been delayed because of the COVID season and all the safety concerns. But I have good news, and that is that the preschool will kick off and begin their ministry here in October. In fact, on Friday, October 2nd, they will have a drive-through, and the families with their students will drive through and be able to see their teachers and receive materials and get excited for the year that is to begin just a little bit later than it was accustomed to starting. And then on October 5th and 6th, the staff of the preschool will be here, getting things ready, being trained, going through all the safety protocols. And eventually on Monday, October 12th, kids will be returning to the classroom here at Elfenwild. So I want you to pray for all of those who are involved in that delayed start, for the parents, for the children, for the staff, and I especially want to lift up Kristen Coco and Eileen Hughes and Carolyn Hervey, the directors who have been putting in many, many hours over the summer to make these plans. I imagine it would be 3, 4, 5, 6 different plans that they have had to come up with in order to accommodate all the concerns and be sure the children are taken care of and safe, as well as the staff. They have put in so many hours, but more than just the hours, they are giving of their hearts to this ministry. It is not unusual for them to speak about the kids and get tears in their eyes because they're so concerned for and worried about and have compassion toward these young children and their families. So please keep the Elfenwild Preschool ministry in your prayers and reach out and encourage Kristen and Eileen and Carolyn as they begin this new year. I also wanted to remind you that nothing has stopped, even in this COVID season, with the Elfenwild Home Meals Ministry. Every day, Monday through Friday, there are people in the kitchen here at the church preparing lunches and dinners, a hot meal and a cold meal, to send to 70 or 80 different clients. So they're preparing somewhere between 150 and 170 meals every day, Monday to Friday. And then other volunteers come and deliver those meals to the homes. So it's a wonderful ministry. It's a wonderful outreach to our community. It's a wonderful service that we provide for those who can benefit from this. And then thirdly, I wanted to share with you since the spring, we have been providing lunches for Emmanuel Lutheran Church to distribute one day a week. Emmanuel Lutheran Church is in Etna, and it is one of the places that the school district has used to serve the lunches to the children who normally would get the lunches at school. They wanted to make sure to take care of those students, even over the summer and particularly in this COVID season. So J.J. Lynn, the pastor at Emmanuel Lutheran, reached out to me, and we talked about how we might be able to serve the adults in those student families also. And so now those adults are receiving lunches as well through Emmanuel Lutheran Church. And Elfenwild has supplied those lunches, I think anywhere from 50 to 75 lunches once a week since last spring. That will continue for the next few weeks, and we're not sure where it will evolve or what it will evolve into, but thank you for the support, and I ask you to pray for that ministry as well. I am very aware that as kids transition at home to school or are online at home, that there is concern about their mental health and well-being, not just the children, but also the parents and the families. So again, I invite you to lift those people up in prayer. I wanted to read from James chapter 1 for us today. It says this in verse 27. Religion that God our Father accepts as pure and faultless is this: to look after orphans and widows in their distress, and to keep one's self from being polluted by the world. So this word of God says that pure religion is to care for the orphans and the widows. And while not all the children who come to preschool here are orphans, and not all the people that we are serving meals to are widows, I think that our attempt to be true to God's call of having pure religion, of having good faith in serving our community, is best seen in those various ministries. So thank you for supporting them. I wanted you to know that is still going on full force, and God is making a difference in this community through Elfenwild Church in these ways, through the preschool, through the home meals ministry, through the lunches that are being provided through Emmanuel Church in Etna, and through your prayers and outreach into our community. So thank you for continuing to care about others and look around and have eyes to see how you can be Christ's witness in this time. A quick reminder that on October 4th, we will be returning to have both 8:30 and 11:10 services in the sanctuary. So that will be a joyous day. We'll observe the sacrament of the Lord's Supper. It's World Communion Sunday. If you come, we will have communion for you. But please remember to register so that we can be prepared and have adequate space for your arrival on those Sundays. I look forward to seeing you either in the sanctuary or in the community or some other time. It is always good to live with that hope and that anticipation. If we can do anything for you, please don't hesitate to reach out, email, text, or call us here at the church. God bless you. Take care.